Hi, this is the LaX+1 creative solution using CRM. This is the step 5 where our group works to improve the process. And so we'll just jump right into it. So what we have here is the results from the survey. These are the Qualtrics results downloaded from the survey. And Qualtrics does a nice job of capturing the data in a standard form, but because it is more numbers based, it comes across in a format that has to be translated. So that is the first step in this. And so what we've done is come up with a little macro enabled spreadsheet. So what I'll demonstrate here is I'm just going to pull this data over, I'm going to copy it over and stick it into our macro enabled spreadsheet. I'm just going to paste it in here, and you can see we still have our major, our minor, and then a column for each of the survey questions. So what I'm going to do is I have a little macro, and so I will just run that. And what it's done is it's changed all the 1, 2, 3s to be not interested, interested, or NA, and it also matched up our minors and our majors with the list from the survey. So now to save those results, I'm just going to go to File, Save As. I'm working in a C, I'll show you, C Dynamic CRM directory, and that's kind of pivotal to this whole thing working. So we will save this as a CSV file. I already have a Dynamic CRM import template put together, so we'll save that. I'm going to say yes to replace it. I'm going to continue to work in this format. You can see here we have 4 records, 1 for each person in the group. So I'm going to close this. I will not save the changes as I already have saved those, and I'll close the rest of my spreadsheets. So now over here in the Dynamic CRM, this is our mock-up, our prototype. So I'm going to just change a view here so that it refreshes. And you can see that we have no leads. So our strategy, our recommendation is to go to an import data method. So when I click on import data, I'm going to step through here. I'm going to go browse my CSV file that I put together. So I have an import template. The name has to stay the same. The field names stay the same. And the data structure stays the same. So I'll click open here. That's going to bring it in. And it's going to tell us we have 1 file uploaded. Now the settings are already set up, they're already correct. I have a customized data map, so we'll just walk through this. It's good to go. It's going to create a new lead record type. I'll click next. It will not allow duplicates, and for with no owners, it'll assign them to myself. I'm going to click submit button here. Alright, so the data has been submitted for an import. So while that's finishing importing, this will take just a minute. But what I'll demonstrate here, what I'll show, is that what we've done for the leads is we've kind of changed these to be a little bit like a student record. So what this does is it matches the survey. I'm just putting some information in there so we can see this, but we match this up to match the survey. So I have an ICT 305 section and a drop down to say if it's students interested or not interested. Same with certifications and certificates. Same with the business administration emphasis area, minors, majors, and the graduate majors. So what we'll see now when we go back into our leads, I'm not going to save this changes, it's not a real student. Just switch this. So now you can see at 11:20 p.m., just 2 minutes ago, I have 4 new records. They're all assigned to me, and it's just because I brought them in. But when I go click on a record here and look at our leads, you can see now we have all of these fields are mapped exactly from our import map. So I can look at Taylor's record here and see what he was interested in. Computer science, not interested in the networking systems and design. Interested in the grad program for ICT, not interested in the technical and professional communication program. And now, having all of these as fields, these are all customized fields we added for the lead record type, is now that when we go out to our leads, we can add system views or my own personal views. So under my own personal view here, I have an ICT grad interested. So you can see now I have 2 records. I can go look at, maybe we have a system-wide view because we want several users to see. I have the ICT 305 interested, and we have 2 users on that. And the way that this filters is just based on the regular filter when you set up any view, the criteria you want to see when setting up those students. So maybe a big one is no declared minors. Look at that, all 4 of us. None of us have a declared minor. So where that becomes important then is under these marketing lists. So I'm going to market to those students that don't have a declared minor. I have already set up a marketing list for no minor declared. I'm going to go in there and just demonstrate this. So now I go in here. This is a dynamic list. So this list will be added to or remove students from based on the status that if they fit these members. So I'll go in here and click on the plus sign to show this criteria. We have a declared minor that equals no declared minor and a status of open or qualified. That way when we change them, when they're disqualified or they're closed for whatever reasons, they'll dynamically fall off of this list. That's the whole point of the dynamic list. So I'm just going to close this. And so that's how the members are dynamically added to the marketing list. So now you can easily see how when we did that import data, it brought in our records. We can dynamically build our lists and our views so that we can assign those lead records to other people or whatever we want to do. Right now that I'm in a marketing list, I can go to the button, I can create a mail merge on the list members. We haven't set up any mail merge types, but I can easily set up those mail merges. I can market to those students that didn't have a minor declared and better track our records. One thing I think we might be interested in doing in regards to the lead records, now it's only as good as the data that goes in, but there might be some interest, again I'm just going to go to the all leads, but there might be some interest in pulling in the student ID. Now the reason we say that is if you're going to track future progress on how much you've been able to grow the programs, you might need a student ID, being that it's a key piece of information. You might be able to do the same off of email. In both fields, it really doesn't matter if it's email or student ID. Both could potentially be prone to typing errors. So that's open for interpretation and open for discussion. But now that we have it in the CRM, we can easily see what students are interested in what programs and which ones they're not interested in. You can process those, mark them as qualified or closed when appropriate. So again, this was the LaX+1 creative solution using CRM, the step 5, improve the process.